Welcome to the Rinky Dink BS podcast with your host, with the most Superfly Johnny Lee of the Nice Game podcast. And tonight we got a special show because we got one of the fastest rising upcoming female wrestling talents right now. We got Teagan Rose to my right.
Thank you so much for having me.
Appreciate having you here. But why don't you let us know what got you into professional wrestling to start us off?
So I've been around professional wrestling essentially my whole life. I've been around it since my dad, because my dad does it. I've been around it since growing up, literally since I was born. Once I hit 15, I was really pushing to try and do it, and he was very hesitant. He did not want to let me. He was like, "You're going to hate it. It's going to hurt. You can't handle it. You can't. There's no way."
The classic.
And eventually, I had a cousin who started doing it. And so
Nice.
I said, well, she's doing it. I should be able to go with her, right? He was like, all right, well, fine. You're going to hate it, but you could try. And then I did it, and I fell in love with it. And I've been doing it ever since.
Heck yeah. That's usually how they try to deter you from getting into the business. Telling you that it's going to hurt, that you won't love it, that you're going to be crying, or you're just going to quit and give up right away.
Yeah, and it's funny just because I know it's Dad. It's Dad. He's just trying to protect me, and he
Yep.
doesn't want me getting hurt. But, I mean, if you go into this, you're doing it to yourself.
Exactly. And what is your earliest memory of when you started loving professional wrestling?
My earliest memory?
Yes.
Like loving it?
Yes.
Oh, okay. The earliest memory I can think of where I started loving professional wrestling, like where I started getting into it, was, I think it was 2008. It was
Nice.
Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy.
Nice.
A random episode of SmackDown was on that my dad was watching. I had never paid mind, but I thought Jeff Hardy was cool, and I saw that happen where Matt turned on him, and I was like, oh my God. But after that, I kept up with that. I didn't fall super into it until The Shield came out in 2012.
Nice.
And the whole thing was CM Punk. And once that happened, I was locked in.
That's what I'm talking about, because that's when wrestling started getting even hotter.
Oh, yes.
I mean, think about it. Shield shows up, CM Punk's still there, they're doing their thing, and it just takes off from there. You got Roman Reigns as a main event star now.
Yeah.
Tribal
Oh my
Chief.
God. All three of them. Can we talk about that? All three of them
Yes.
turned out to be some of the biggest names
Exactly.
in wrestling in this day, and I don't care what nobody says. Roman Reigns is one of the biggest WWE has. Seth Rollins is one of the biggest.
Yep.
Dean Ambrose, Jon Moxley, whatever you want to call him.
Yep.
He was one of the biggest in WWE at his time, and
Exactly.
then in AEW, he's one of the biggest names.
Exactly. Because they all were stars that you didn't realize would come, but you got to remember also Seth Rollins started as Tyler Black before he ever was Seth Rollins. That was a man that was doing things that WWE had not seen. And when he came to WWE, he's doing things that had the fans captivated.
Yes.
Independent wrestling.
Totally
as far back.
unrelated. Totally unrelated. Kind of related, but I saw the clip the other day of him in an indie match where he literally backflipped off
Yes.
of a fan. Oh my God.
Right on to Matt
I was
Sydal.
dying. It's so good, but I was dying because I had never seen it, and it was just so funny to me.
Exactly. It was a great spot, though, because as Tyler Black, back then he was inventing stuff. Like that backflipping off of the fan. He told the fan, you stay right there, runs up, comes off, jumps on the Matt Sydal, takes him down. Ooh, that was a perfect spot. And then he brings it to WWE, which he should, because I would be paying money to see him do that to CM Punk. I mean, just imagine. Jumps off a fan onto CM Punk.
They would say you have to buy an exclusive ticket to get that experience.
Oh, that's true. But on the independents, you could do that crazy stuff.
That's
Because
the beauty.
that is, because that's also where you can meet wrestlers that will talk to you and you guys build a connection. Like right now, we got lots of fans that's tuning in tonight. They all like Teagan Rose. Our first time seeing you actually was last month's Grindhouse Pro Wrestling. Like, you came in there to take Allie Albright's women's championship,
Yes, I did.
which you almost had.
Yeah, almost.
And Allie Albright got lucky that she beat you, because you were that step close to being women's champion on your debut in Grindhouse Pro Wrestling.
Yeah, I would have had it. I would have had it, and then I didn't, so then Dixie helped me. But that's what happens.
Exactly.
That's what happens.
You just got to get yourself back up, prepare for the next time, because there will be a next time.
Yes,
we can
I
tell.
hope so, sincerely.
And Allie Albright better be ready for that challenge, because you already know what she brings to the table. The thing people don't understand is that now that you've had a taste of what she does, you'll probably have some counters to come up with.
That's right.
And I've heard some things about you in Pro Wrestling Alliance.
Me?
Yep.
Oh.
You got their Pro Wrestling Championship that Charles was talking about?
Their Lady Liberty Women's Championship. Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
So, I faced... It was vacated. Yes, it was vacated.
Yeah.
They had to vacate it. And then the match I ended up having was up for grabs for it. I believe that was me and Shauna Reed.
Nice.
I want to say. I think it was me and Shauna Reed. If it's not, my bad. I cannot remember the other one. Who else would I have faced? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was me and Shauna Reed fighting for it. But yes, we were. So I faced her. I ended up winning it and became the newly crowned Lady Liberty Women's Champion at PWA.
Nice.
Which was very exciting.
I mean, who better to have the title than you? Because you're a fast rising ladies wrestler right now. And you're going to take that title to great heights.
Thank you.
I've even seen pictures where you've had 2 titles around your shoulders.
Yes, that was such a time. Oh, literally the same day. I am at New Era Wrestling, and I win their women's championship, which is amazing. A feat.
Nice.
I was so proud because they had really watched me grow since the first time I showed up. I had grown so much as a person and as a performer, and winning it was great. And then that same night, I ended up having to speed out. I was speeding. I was trying to heal. My elbows were on fire because I smacked the gym floor with them on accident.
Oh, man.
So I was in the car speeding along, recovering, trying to get to Supreme Wrestling in Madison. And I got there right as my music started to play.
Oh, nice.
Right as my music
That's
started
dedication.
to play. God bless JJ Lawson. He was out there waiting for me, and I almost hit him with my car.
Oh.
I almost hit him with my car trying to park because I didn't realize what he was doing. He just stood in front of me. He was like, no, go, I'm going to park it. Your music's playing. And I'm like, what? And I go, I hear it from the door, and I'm like, oh, my God. So I get in, have the match, win it. So much emotion in it. And tears were shed.
Heck yeah.
And there's no faking the tears. The tears were so real. So real.
Exactly.
I mean, that was a championship. Supreme Wrestling's was a women's championship that did not exist when I started going there.
Yeah.
It did not exist. It was not a thing. So to have that moment of winning it, and also winning it on the same night I won another promotions championship, wild. One of the highs I've had.
That's a great thing, too, because Supreme Pro Wrestling is a great place as well. We've been taking those as well. Gaston Rue wrestles there sometimes.
Yes.
And that man, he's the Mozart of wrestling after all. Mm-hmm. And Eric Graven.
Yes.
Cool guy. We've paid attention to him as well. That was an accomplishment. You held both those titles the same day.
I did.
And the fact that you got there just as your music was playing, that's dedication. You knew, I got to make this show. Because no amount of hitting that gym floor is going to stop you.
No. And I remember afterwards, my elbows were the size of golf balls for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And they were just, there was no curve or indent or nothing, no dip. It was just a triangle because it was so swollen.
Yeah, because when hitting the gym floor, that can lead to injury too. But you pushed through it. And even though you had that golf ball size balls on your elbows, you still won the titles. You still were a champion.
That's right.
Double champion. And you could have done it at Grindhouse too. Allie Albright got lucky.
I know. I could have.
Man, I tell you what, though. I think that we're going to see more of you at Grindhouse Pro Wrestling. I'm pretty sure that all the fans want to see you back there.
Oh, undoubtedly. And I can say this with 100% certainty that I will not be going anywhere. I intend to stay at Grindhouse as long as I can.
Heck yeah. Ride mode over here. Oh, And Albright just commented, she said, not my title. What do you mean she got lucky? Hey, it's the truth though, Allie. Teagan came in.
It's okay, bestie. It's okay. We don't have to talk about it. We'll move on.
That's true.
You got lucky, but it's okay.
But the fact that you are gaining so much traction shows your dedication and also what you've been doing for the last couple years now. You've been working hard. You've been getting your name out there. And people are starting to take notice of who Teagan Rose is. That's a big feat.
It is.
Especially inside the independent professional wrestling.
Oh, it definitely is. If you had asked me even 6 months ago if I was going to be on this upward hill that I am on right now, I would have said there's no way. A year ago, absolutely not. A year ago, I didn't even know if I was going to be able to get back in the ring because where I injured my knee, I had a torn tendon and everything. I didn't end up getting back in until I want to say May, June, which I got in sooner than I should have. I should not have came back when I did, but I had that itch. I couldn't get away from it, but I never thought I was going to recover. I didn't think I would ever be able to hit the level I had started to hit right before I got hurt.
Exactly.
But I did. I got past it, and I am past that level now, I think, and I'm going everywhere, and I'm trying to go everywhere I can.
That's the way to do it because a lot of people, they stay in one place and they don't realize that doing that is a disservice to them.
Yeah, and I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. People can stay if someone is comfortable and it is content and making them happy, staying in their one place, they can absolutely do that.
Yep.
That is on them. If that's what makes them happy, that's great.
Exactly.
I was starting to become unhappy with myself just because I really wanted to prove to myself that I could do more if I wanted to. And so I had told myself that this year I was going to hit as many places as I could because I wanted to prove that to myself. And we're not even 5 months into halfway into the year. And by April, I will have hit 5 states, 11 different promotions in 4 months.
That's dedication right there.
That is dedication, but I'm very excited and I'm very happy. And I just hope the rest of the year goes the same way. Or even
Exactly.
more.
And I saw that article today about where you almost died from getting hit by a drunk driver. Mm-hmm. Yeah. If you're comfortable talking about it, you can do that for the folks that don't know.
Yeah, so in I always get the date wrong. It's either 2014 or 2015. I think it was 2014.
Yeah.
But it was on October 4th. Me, my dad, my stepbrother, and one of his friends was in the car going home from Walmart or something, and we got hit by a drunk driver. I ended up, my little brother, who was 2, was in the car too. That's a very important fact because I ended up basically taking his hit because I landed on him or something. They say I threw myself on him. I'm not giving myself that credit. I probably just landed on him. But I ended up taking the hit, so I got a lot of the worst of it. My skull was completely busted open. My dad literally had to hold it together on the street when they were trying to, make sure everybody was good and dealing with everything. And I did end up flatlining. I was pronounced dead. Oh, man. I was pronounced dead. But an EMT was there. EMT ended up being able to bring me back. Then they lifelined me to, I think it was called Norton's. It's a hospital near Louisville, I think. They ended up having me there. I was in a coma for I want to say 2 weeks maybe? Yeah. 2-ish weeks. Once I woke up, even though I had to basically relearn everything. Because it left permanent frontal lobe brain damage. It was nasty. Yeah. I mean, I have a freaking scar from here all the way back here. It was brutal. But I had to relearn how to walk, talk, everything. Yeah. Which I don't remember much of that part myself, but I do remember first time waking up and feeling normal. Yeah. And I was in the hospital and they told me what had happened and I felt it and I was like, wow. I was like, I literally just I was dead. And ever since then, I mean, for a while they were like, you need to be cautious, and I was very cautious, trying to be cautious of everything I did, but it almost motivated me more, just in life in general, because I wanted to do everything. Exactly. Even though I was told I couldn't. I was told, you will never be able to do this, 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 and this. Wrestling being one of them, sports being one of them.
Yeah.
Just in general, there's a lot of stuff they said I would never be able to do. And I was like, okay. Went through the years, time passed by, and eventually I was like, can I though? Can I? So that's what got me into it. Finally, I was like, I want to at least give it an effort to say that I tried, because life is far, far too short. Far too short. And it's like J-Mo says, and he posts it all the time. He's one of my good friends. He is one of my good friends. I love him to death. He says, make today better than yesterday.
Yep.
And that's all you can do. And you can never really take for granted any day. So that's what I live by now. I'm like, I'm going to do it because I want to, just to say I did it.
Exactly.
If it don't work out, that's fine. But that way I don't have any what ifs.
Exactly.
Because life's too short for what ifs.
And J-Mo went through something very similar.
He did, yes. I remember watching it, like, happen. And I genuinely thought he was going to die. And it was just heartbreaking to watch.
Yep.
But, I mean, it worked out for him, and he is thriving now. Thriving. And I cannot thank him enough for what he's done for me. But, you know, it's inspiring.
Exactly. He's an inspiration to those that may think that they ain't got a second chance, but he's proof that there is a second chance.
Mm-hmm. I feel like him and me, that's what we have in common. We have that common denominator of what we've went through, and we have learned that second chances can happen for everybody.
Exactly. And it doesn't hold you back, because you were told that you shouldn't be trying to wrestle, but here you are, 2025, and it ain't stopped you, it ain't hindered you.
That's right.
And people should understand that. Same thing with J-Mo. Mm-hmm. He for sure thought that he was never going to be able to do this again. Never thought that he was going to be able to step inside the ring. Yeah. And now look at him. Not only is he an agent for OVW, but he does get back inside the ring and he does wrestle.
Yeah, I actually just beat him up a week ago.
Oh no. She beat up her friend.
Hey, but it's okay though, because it worked out great for me. Because I was the first woman to ever win the King of Supreme tournament at Supreme Wrestling.
That's true.
Now, that was unfortunate he had to be in that slot, but it's tough love. It's
That's
okay.
true. I mean, he can handle it.
He can handle it.
Ramo just said, how does it feel to be the queen?
Oh, it feels fantastic to be the queen, let me tell you. It's another one of them things, like I said, where that wasn't even a possibility when I grew up watching it. Because I've been around Supreme Wrestling since I was a kid, like I've said. And women's championship, women even being in the running for anything like that was not a thing. Ever. And so to be the first is a feeling unlike any other. Unlike any other.
I could tell, because you knew that they didn't at the time have a women's championship, but now they had a women's championship and you were being able to go for it. Mm-hmm. That's a big thing.
Such a full circle moment.
Exactly.
Really,
you got to live your dream. You got to accomplish it too. Not only that, but the same day, you got another championship that you were going for.
That's right.
So that was an even bigger accomplishment to your goal.
Another full circle.
Exactly.
God bless. When I first started going to New Era Wrestling, I was not it. I was not. So the fact that I got the chance to grow and to learn and to they really took a chance on me. And so I can never thank them enough. I can never show the appreciation for them enough for it.
Exactly.
So, 2 full circle moments happening in the same night, unlike anything.
That's right. And the Grindhouse finally brings you in. Mm-hmm. And you were close to being champion on your debut.
Yeah, what a moment that would have been.
Exactly. And not only that, but you showed out. You showed why Grindhouse should have been taking those of Teagan Rose a lot sooner than that.
Thank you.
Because look at you. You would have been Grindhouse Women's Champion. No offense to Allie Albright. She's good. But Teagan Rose has been making a name for herself. And that would have been your chance.
Well, hopefully I get another one.
Exactly.
I'm not planning to go anywhere, so hopefully that's something in the cards somewhere later down the line.
And we're looking forward to it. Plus, Dixie Douglas and y'all are friends. So, could we see Teagan Rose and Dixie Douglas have to maybe go at it to each other? Because you do know that Dixie Douglas also wants that title.
Well, that's something that we would have to deal with it as it came across. I mean, I think we both know at the end of the day, a championship is a championship. And if we both want it, we know eventually it's going to happen. Eventually it's going to have to happen. But here's the hoping later rather than sooner.
Exactly. Because when you go for a title, you know that you got a target on your back. Everyone does. So even your friends you have to keep an eye on. Because maybe they get hungry for the title and they're like, that should have been me. I mean, up until last month, Dixie Douglas was going for the title. And then she willingly stepped aside and let Teagan Rose go for it. Now, to be devil's advocate here, if you had won, would she have tried to go after you immediately after she saw that you were the champion? Because that's always a possibility. Because she brought you in, you went for the title. If you'd won it, she could have easily just turned on you.
And, I mean, if that had happened, I don't know if I could say if I would predict her to do it, but if it did happen, she'd learn real quick just what Allie did. She'd learn real quick what everybody else already did. That didn't come to play.
Exactly, because you came in there with one go. Win the title. You were close.
Yeah, me and her are cool. Me and Dixie are cool. She's a cool girl. But, you don't cross a queen if you can't play chess.
That's true. That's a very true statement. And up here on the screen, we got, which match is it? Because we got Teagan Rose versus Dax Knight.
Oh my God.
From 2023.
Yeah, this was before I got hurt too.
This also proves that you don't just take on women, you take on men.
Oh no, I have faced more men than women by
exactly
a long shot.
Which J-Mo found out.
Say, I have been beating up men from day one.
Heck yeah.
I was beating up men before I was women.
Exactly.
But I mean, I feel like it helped me. It helped me, really solidify myself and realize I'm going to have to hit almost twice as hard as these men do. Because if I don't, one, they're not going to take me serious. And two, they might win.
Exactly. Plus, you got to make sure that they know I'm not just any woman that you're facing. Because one of the women that paved the way, China, she was facing men. I mean, think about it. First, women's Intercontinental Champion. Before there ever was a women's Intercontinental Championship. She won the men's version. That was paving the way for women to take on men. It don't matter what size you are. If you could take on a man, you could take down anyone. And you've been proving that since you took on lots of men before you ever fought women.
That's right.
Exactly. Oh, J-Mo's here. He said lies, all lies.
Oh, is he now?
Yep.
That's okay. We'll just go look at the trophy history for the King of Supreme tournament and see whose was most recent. Because he has won it in the past.
He has.
But he didn't win it when I was there.
That's true. Ramo said, have to have eyes in the back of your head for anyone larking around too. I know what that means. Yeah, you gotta have your eyes up back of your head if Larkin Danielle's around. Because the therapist as well, the therapist is always watching you too.
Listen, you know what? I will say it right here, right now. I sincerely hope me and her cross paths. I hope. She is one of the people that has been on my list of people that I want to face in a ring.
Nice.
For so long.
That'd be a hell of a match too.
It would be so good. It would be so good. Is she a little something?
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's almost what makes it more exciting to me. Because I can say without a doubt, I ain't never faced a woman like her.
Exactly. And you can't deny her talent either.
No.
She's also
so
a fastest rising a female wrestler on the independent scene because it seems like on yesterday that I started taking notes of her in 2022 and already 2025. She's done a lot of things for Grindhouse Pro Wrestling.
Oh, yes.
She's been all over the states. Even on OVW television, I've been hosting her.
Making her name, and it is, I cannot diss her accomplishments. She has accomplished so much, and she has gotten her name out there so much. And it's like I said, I sincerely hope me and her get to cross paths. I mean, we're both down at OVW now.
True.
So, OVW people, you should make me and her happen, is what I'm saying.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, J-Mode, if you're still watching, is that something that you can make happen in the near future?
It would be so good. It would be so good.
Ramo said, also, stay away from trunks as Larkin has a thing for putting people in trunks. I mean, that is true.
Yeah.
You don't want to be around a car or a big old box because Larkin just happens to like stealing people.
I mean, you never know where she's going to show up.
Exactly.
That's the scariest thing of all.
Exactly. And J-Mode, if you're still there, maybe you could make that happen. Teagan Rose versus Larkin Danielle in the very near future at OVW. Plus, she's also at Grindhouse Pro Wrestling.
Yeah,
and
literally
you're
anywhere.
there too.
It doesn't matter where, it doesn't matter when, but I think me and her would be money.
Exactly. I think that you'd be money with anyone because you've gotten so much better since your debut.
Yes.
And as we're watching here, you're doing a great job of working with Dax Knight. I think you could take him.
I definitely could have if he didn't pull out a box cutter.
Exactly. He needed a weapon to make himself feel like a man.
Yeah, let me tell you what. Getting hit with a box cutter is crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Exactly.
Because you wouldn't even think it would bug you that much, but it did, and it cost me.
Man. And that proves that you were making him have to rethink what he's doing because he thought that he's going to beat you with ease, and he had to pull out the box cutter for it.
Oh, I don't know. That man seemed crazy enough. That might have just been his plan anyways.
Oh, man.
I don't even know. He was something.
He probably wasn't even planning to win. He was probably like, I'm going to go out there, we're going to do this, and I'm going to put out that box cutter and show her what's for.
Yeah, he didn't come to play either.
He's got kind of the craziness to him. Yes. Just like Larkin. And that therapist, you don't want to be near her therapist. Apparently her therapist has an obsession with Larkin. And she will come after anyone that tangles with Larkin herself.
Oh.
So that's another thing you got to be watching for.
Yeah.
You can't trust if you're going to just have Larkin, you're going to have therapist Larkin watching you. Because that's a dynamic that you don't want to get involved in. I mean, she's got those pictures. You see those pictures? She's got the eyes cut out, the mouth cut out.
Yeah, that's a whole cookie jar. I don't know if I'm ready to open that one.
Yeah. Because you never know. Plus, that'd be a good match. It'd be money.
Oh, 1,000%.
But there's a lot of women's wrestlers on the independent scene that there would be money against you as well.
Thank you.
A lot of women out there that are making their names out as well. Because you got Lexa Littlefoot. You got Diami. Yep. She's got the luchador mask.
Yes.
That'd be a money match.
Yes.
You versus her.
Me and her were supposed to have a match in November, I want to say. The show ended up getting canceled, so it didn't happen.
Man.
But me and her were supposed to, and I was very much so looking forward to it. I've only crossed paths with her, like, once or twice. The first time, I think it was a 4-way.
Yeah.
I think it was a fatal 4-way match. It's the one time I worked with her. But, I mean, no, that's a lie. There was 2. I faced her at the Swiss Wine Festival last year.
Nice.
Yeah, I did. And that, I think I won. No, I didn't. I don't remember. But I remember being sore.
Oh.
But she's a fierce competitor. She don't play. And
Exactly.
that's what I'm saying. None of these women come to play. And that's how it is. Women, we do not play.
Exactly. And wrestling's not ballet.
No.
A lot of people
certainly not ballet.
A lot of people tend to think that is, but what they don't understand is that you get hurt by everything. Not just the wrestlers themselves. You're going to get hurt by the turnbuckle pads, the ring post, the ring itself, the apron, the floor.
It is a very, very physically demanding sport, activity, whatever you want to call it. It is very physically demanding.
Exactly. And you and Freya Slayer would be a great matchup. Mm-hmm. Because you and her could make money. Mm-hmm. Freya Slayer should probably take notice of you and want that match.
I would absolutely love to wrestle Freya the Slayer. I actually did one time, way back in 2022, I think it was.
Oh, man.
Yeah, but this was when a lot of these matches happened when I first started.
Yeah.
So I don't even want to hardly count them because I am a completely different person than who I was when I first started. Not just as a person, but as a wrestler and in my skills and everything, entirely different person. Just like Ari Alexander.
Yep.
I faced her in 2021. That was the last time that we had ever wrestled.
Yeah.
And I got to face her last week at Wrestling Theology. And it was miles ahead. So much more than what we had done the first time. And so she's another one. I sincerely hope I get to wrestle her however many times it happens. Because I know it'll be funny.
Because now that you've improved, match with Freya Slayer would definitely be a barn burner.
Oh, yes. We'd have to battle to see who could call themselves a queen.
Oh.
Oh.
Now that's a shot fired.
We'd have to battle for the queen.
Yes, because Freya Slayer likes to call herself a queen as well.
That's right. She's queen of the North.
Plus, you and her may have fought back then, but now you versus her now, that would be a show stealer.
Oh, yes. 1,000%.
I guarantee that if you were to face any opponent that you fought back then when you were first starting out, you've improved now. They don't know what to think of the Teagan Rose of now.
Oh, yeah, they definitely don't know what to think of me now. I am not the same person I was.
Exactly.
I'm not.
And if they're watching, I think that they should probably keep an eye on you because you never know when you might cross paths with them again.
That's right.
Exactly, because you're going around, you're traveling, you're making your name for yourself in the States. I guarantee that before it's all said and done, we might see you in Japan wrestling.
Oh, God, I hope so. God, I hope so.
That's a place that's the pinnacle for professional wrestling right there. Because recently we had Marty Clay go there. Mm-hmm. Well, he's going to be going there. But he went to Vietnam. He showed out in Flow. That's a good place. Could we see you in Chicago Championship Wrestling, John Bullard's promotion?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, we'll have to see. You never know what's going to happen.
That's true.
You can't predict anything.
You can't.
Go anyway.
Exactly, especially in wrestling.
Yeah, I want to travel internationally. I want to travel to every state, every promotion possible this year. That is my goal. I want to be everywhere so that I am undeniable.
Exactly.
Because if I'm everywhere, everybody is going to see the queen and know who I am.
Ramo said, Wrestling Theology is another great promotion in Indiana.
It is, yes.
Heck yeah, we'll have to check it out.
Oh, yes.
Because there's a lot of great promotion up there in Indiana. Mm-hmm. There's Grindhouse Pro Wrestling, which we've been to. Mm-hmm. MWT, Mid-Wrestling Territories, yes, I think it's called. One. Mm-hmm. That's a good one as well. Lots of them.
Yeah, you've got Grindhouse and Midwest Territory, I think is what it's called. MWT. You've got New Era in Shelbyville. You've got Supreme Wrestling in Madison. You've got Nap up by Indy, Naptown. Can't forget that one.
You've can't.
Got, what was the other one? I think it was something in correlation with Nap. But you've got so many shows and so many places and opportunities up there.
That's right. Great places because a lot of great talent comes out of Indiana.
There really does. There really does. And that's something that I feel like was almost kind of not a thing for a while. Like, not that it didn't happen, but I feel like just in the last couple of years, we have seen so much talent come from Indiana.
Exactly.
Which is like, it's a fine line because you've got Indiana and then you've got Indiana right across the border from Kentucky. So you can't just say they're Indiana people. Like, you've got Alice Crowley, who was down at Grindhouse. You've got Billy Starks, who... Louisville girl, but she came up to Grindhouse.
And turned it up in Rio of Honor.
Oh, my God. I am so proud of her. I got to wrestle her in 2022, and I wish the stars could align so we could wrestle again.
Hell yeah.
I sincerely do. Because it's like I said, neither of us are the same person we were.
That's right. You both improved, and you both gotten way better than what you were back then.
Yes. Yes, yeah. It would. That's another one. It would be money.
Hell yeah, it would be.
$$ signs.
Heck yeah, it would be. Plus, think about it. Kentuckiana has had great talent that a lot of people don't even realize came from Indiana and Kentucky.
Oh, yes. There is so much talent. So much talent in the Kentuckiana territory. I mean, you've got Allie. You've got Vanessa Holiday, who was here. God bless, she's going to being a mama.
Hell yes, she is. Congrats to you, Vanessa.
Congrats to her.
And it's a girl.
It is. I saw that. I was so excited for her. But you've got Allie, you've got Vanessa, you've got me, you've got Alexis Littlefoot, you've got Dixie, you've got Larkin, you've got so many people. You've got Storm Garcon, who's been coming up in Indiana and going everywhere.
Hell yeah.
I say, me and her have wrestled so many times. So many times. That's another one that's money. I don't care what nobody says. Me and her could tear the house down.
Exactly.
You've got her. You've got all the girls up north. There's so much talent.
Exactly.
And I just sincerely hope. I tweeted it the other day. Whatever you call it on X. Maybe it's not a tweet anymore. I don't know.
I call it tweet because they may change the name, but it's still Twitter to me.
It's always Twitter. It's always Twitter to me. But there is so much talent in there, and I just hope we all get to freaking show up and show out.
That's right.
Because we all deserve it.
Especially because, think about it, a lot of people didn't even treat Kentucky or Indiana like they had great talent. But now that they're seeing our talents going all over their states, they don't even realize yet that those are Kentucky and Indiana talent that's making a show and showing out.
And the ones that are, they don't even know that's just the beginning of it.
Exactly.
That there is a whole barrel full still waiting to come out.
Exactly.
It's just a matter of time.
That's why it's such a great time to be a professional wrestling fan in the year 2025 because Kentucky and Indiana both start showing out in the last couple of years.
Yes.
They've been producing great talent. They've had talent that's been going overseas, like Alex Zane, Lexington native.
Yes.
Great guy, and also Taco Bell sponsor.
Goals.
That's right.
Goals. That is all I want.
Yeah, yes.
I said it from day one. I'm like, I want sponsored by Mountain Dew Baja Blast exclusively through Taco Bell.
Exactly.
Just because I like Baja Blast. It's not even an actual good reason. But
that's true.
Goals.
Yes. Hey, since Alex Zane's got the Taco Bell, you can get the Baja Blast.
Exactly.
Just saying.
Exactly.
Taco Bell should definitely take notice and be like, I want her to sponsor our Baja Blast. That's one way to get your Baja Blast to get drunk by people. Have Teagan Rose be the sponsor of it. She'll put it over. Great. And you'll be loving it.
I will drink it every time I walk out. Every time I walk out, I'll drink it like it's my sports drink. It's my energy drink.
Are you going to do like a...
I'll chug it like Stone Cold straight from the cans.
Nice.
Straight from the cans. I'll chug them.
Hell yeah. That's one way to get it done. Oh, look at this. Tracy commented. She said, there's my girl. Look at you. I'm so proud.
Oh, thank you so much.
That's right. And we had her on here with J-Mo just a couple weeks back. Cop the shot. What are you talking about, Andy? But we have had J-Mo and Tracy in here a couple weeks back.
Yeah, I remember I watched it. Because Treja sent me a message. She said, you should watch this. She's like, I mentioned you.
Hell yeah.
And that's what made me reach out. I was like, all right. I'm like, I want to hop on this.
Yeah, because I've been taking notice of you for weeks now. And I was like, we need to get her in here before she blows up even bigger. Because pretty soon, I'm pretty sure your name's going to start reaching even places like AEW, WWE, because there's no way that they ain't taking notice of someone like you.
Thank you so much.
Because you got the name.
Hope so. That is a goal, dream goal of mine.
Plus,
either one of those.
WWE ID. You never know.
I know.
I mean, recently on X or Twitter, they were talking about GCW. They were talking about FSW. Who's to say that one day we don't see Grindhouse's name? We don't see names that we are familiar with being talked about. Because if WWEID is something special, then they're going to be hitting states like Kentucky and Indiana.
It is. WWE ID is essentially a stepping stone of here is how you become a WWE superstar.
Exactly.
You get that ID. And then you go and use that ID, and you're hitting the towns and making your name. And then you're going and ending up on Evolve. A new show that they just started doing.
Hell yeah, I checked it out.
You go level up. You're leveling up to NXT. And then from there, you're leveling up to the main roster. It is a step-by-step, which is crazy. Because 10 years ago, ain't no way you ever would have thought that.
Exactly.
Never would have been a thing.
A lot of people would not have thought that would even exist.
Ever. But it is something I sincerely hope I could be a part of one day. God, that's a dream.
Oh, here's a good question. Ramo says, would you do WOW? Women.
Oh, wow. Wow. Okay, so like the glow base type show. Oh, WOW would be so much fun. So much fun. One, I love purple.
Nice.
I love their setup. I'm all for the purple. Two, there is so much talent there. There's so much talent there. And also, that's over in, like, California or something like that. That's another state. That's another area, another promotion. I am 110% down to end up there at some point. If I ended up there, another dream checked off my list.
Hell yeah.
I say, there are so many boxes. I want WOW. I want AEW. I want TNA. I want Ring of Honor. I want WWE. I want all of it.
Exactly. Plus, AEW, that's another big company. If they were to see you, who's to say that we don't see Teagan Rose end up in AEW sometime? Because Billy Stark's there.
She is.
And think about this. Anyone from Kentucky or Indiana could get noticed by AEW.
Yes.
Because I would be remiss if I didn't think that AEW watches our places. Because Billy Stark's Kentucky and Indiana star right there is right now turning up in Ring of Honor.
Yes. I mean, I'm sure they're watching everywhere. I'm sure they're watching all the shows, just like WWE. I'm sure now with this ID thing, they're watching all the promotions, all the shows. They probably have people specifically set to do this, to watch all this. And I mean, I don't know what else to say about it. It all would just be a dream.
That's right.
And AEW, it's a newer promotion, but it has made its mark. It has made its mark.
Exactly. And looks like someone else commented. Josh Crump did that for you.
Aw. Yes.
But yeah, Ramo would love to see you go to Booker T's Reality of Wrestling.
Oh, that's another one. See, so the WWID schools are another part of that too. But I've been watching more of the Reality of Wrestling, and I actually went to Iowa a couple weeks ago.
Good place.
I did. I got to go to Iowa. I got to go look at the Black and Brave school, which was such a cool experience. I was just trying to be chill, be outside, and just take a picture from the outside with the girl that went with me. Yeah. And they opened the door, and they're like, you can come in. You can come in and look. They're like, you don't got to sit out here.
Nice.
So I got to go in and actually kind of look at it and stuff, and it was really cool. I don't know, something about it. It kind of lit a fire a little bit, and I was like, this is something that I definitely want to be in. And that's what I'm saying. I want to do everything. Is that realistic? No. But that's just how I am. I want to try everything. All these schools. I want to try the Black and Brave. I want to try the Reality of Wrestling, getting all these different places. I want to be everywhere.
I think you could make it happen.
I hope so.
Because you're improving. You're getting better.
Thank you.
Every time you step inside that ring, it shows.
Thank you.
Plus, you got the name. You got the look. Who wouldn't want to bring you into their company and be like, I want her to be one of the faces of my women's division. And also have you fight men, too. Because that's the thing as well. If you were to end up in AEW, you could fight men. Yeah, you were in Booker T's company, he'd be having you fight all of his guys. Because he want to see just how badass Teagan Rose can be inside that ring.
Yeah, I'll fight men or women.
That's
equal
right.
Rights, equal fights.
That's right.
That's how it is for me.
Exactly. Plus, we're in 2025. Why isn't there the ability for men and women to wrestle each other. Because we had China back then. Mm-hmm. We've had Beth Phoenix. We've had many women that have taken on men in the bigger promotions. Why can't we have it on the independents as well?
And I mean, and it's a thing. There are so many promotions that do it. And at the end of the day, the men and the women and them crossing paths and everything, that's really just somebody's preference. Yep. There's always going to be places that aren't too cool with it.
Yep.
Just because man and woman, they're not going to see it as the same. They're going to see it as unfair. Or people might have their own personal reasons for not wanting it. And that's fine. Everybody's reasons are valid. They can have their own reasons.
Exactly.
But I can do both. So I'll face women, I'll face men. Whatever someone wants me to do, I'll do it.
Exactly. And plus, if you want to be a double champion, you could do that too. Mm-hmm. Because you've already proved that. Same day.
Same day.
And it didn't matter if you were late or not. You sped there, you got there, and you won the match, and you held 2 championships on that same night. That's dedication. That proves that if you were inside one of these companies, they'd be glad to have you because that's what a champion's supposed to be.
I like to think
someone that wants it.
I like to think so.
Exactly. And if we were to see you in a place like Elite Wrestling Alliance, which is here in Kentucky, Danville, Kentucky, also Richmond, Kentucky sometimes. But we were to see you there, I guarantee that if we had a women's title there, you would be one of the first people that would get booked for it. And if you were to wrestle anywhere else, you would be the first person that they want to have that title. Like Grindhouse, as soon as they debuted you, what was the first thing they want you to do? Women's championship match.
That's right.
So if any company here in Kentucky or Indiana is listening and watching, I think that should be one of the first things they want to do. Teagan Rose for the title.
Thank you so much. And I mean, even if I don't win, the matches will be money.
Exactly.
The matches will be money.
Exactly, as you proved at Grindhouse.
Yeah, OVW. I was there. My first match there, I faced their women's champ.
Heck yeah. And that's a big, big, big thing, too, because the women's champion, that's something that I knew would be money.
Yes.
Because J-Rod she's powerful. She's a powerhouse.
She's a powerful woman.
Yes, she is.
She's a powerful woman.
And she's carried that championship with her with pride. Mm-hmm. So you and her turning it up was money.
Yes, thank you so much.
So I think if we see you in other companies, I think that should be the goal. You debuting for the title. Because it's already guaranteed to bring eyes to it. It's already guaranteed to bring money. It's already guaranteed to make you a star. Make the champion even bigger star. Hey, I'm just saying, that's money maker.
Yeah, debut or not, I'd still be coming for the gold everywhere I go.
That's right.
Everywhere I go, I'm still coming for the gold.
Exactly, because you're the queen.
Exactly.
And that's why I'm thinking, if Prey the Slayer wants it, we need to see a queen versus queen match for the name queen to be on the line.
To see who can be the one true queen.
That's right, because I think that'd be money. That'd be a masterclass.
Oh, yeah.
J-Mo, if you're still watching, why don't you make it happen? Because I think that would be a money-making match. I'm pretty sure that fans would want to see Teagan Rose versus the Queen of the North. Just to see who is the one true queen. Now, that'd be fire.
Oh, yes.
Because the story writes itself already. And that's something that I think a lot of fans would want to see. Mm-hmm. I think Freya Slayer herself would be in agreement. I want to see this match too. Because y'all have body chaired before, but you've not body chaired now.
No.
And Freya Slayer don't know what she's to expect if she were to face Teagan Rose now. Mm-hmm. Think about that.
Yeah.
You got any road stories that you know about?
Any what?
Any road stories that you might have?
Road stories? Oh, let's see. I don't have a lot of interesting ones. I mean, when I go on the road, it's pretty straightforward. The most interesting one I've had probably was driving, where did I go? Probably the one to Iowa. I mean, but that was interesting just because I got to see a bunch of stuff. I got to see a bunch of stuff that I hadn't gotten to see before.
Heck yeah.
But I mean, I'm pretty straightforward. When I'm going towns, I'm going to the town, I'm wrestling, and I'm going to bed.
I mean, I hear that. Sometimes you just want to get your wrestling in, and then you go to bed.
Yeah.
So that you can do it all over again.
Exactly.
And there's some guys that do that too. I think that's perfect, though. Because it shows that you want this, you love it, and that's all that you need. Wrestling and sleep. Ramo said something else great about WWE nowadays is that they are letting current talent work the indies now more.
That's true.
That is true. So, if we were to see current talent end up in Indiana or work a match at OVW, I'm pretty sure we should see someone like Natalya want to face Teagan Rose.
Mm-hmm. She's going to NWA.
Yep.
She's going to their show, I think it's the Crockett Cup?
Yep.
Something like that. Yeah, I saw that the other day.
And
That's
she's working
crazy.
Bloodsport.
Yes.
That's going to be wild.
And she's one I grew up on. So, and seeing her get to go to these other promotions and everything is crazy. Seeing WWE contracted wrestlers go to promotions outside WWE is crazy.
Yes. Which also gives us hope that we could see future matchups like Natalya versus Teagan Rose.
Mm-hmm. That would be so crazy. That'd be so crazy.
Exactly, because you want it. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure that Natalya would want it too. I'm pretty sure half of the roster that the W has will be wanting to face women like Teagan Rose or Freya the Slayer or Larkin Danielle, because I'm pretty sure that they knows it's her. I'm pretty sure that they knows all of y'all. Because think about it, they got scouts that don't make themselves known, but they're out there, they're watching. And I'm pretty sure that we could see inside the future someone like Natalya end up in Grindhouse Pro Wrestling or OVW, because I'm pretty sure that Natalya notices these things. You never know who you might see crop up into our little independent promotions.
Yeah, that's the thing about this year. That's the thing about the new age of wrestling, is it is so unpredictable.
Yep.
You're seeing people show up everywhere that they have never shown up, that it was not a thing, even 5 years ago.
Exactly.
Contracted staff going to TNA, going to Japan, going to GCW, all of these things. This is stuff that never would have happened, ever. And it just opens a door to so many different things, so many different opportunities for people on the indies, for people in WWE. There is a whole new field to play in.
Exactly, because 2025 is already proven unpredictable. Last year was even more unpredictable because you never knew what was going on. You had Bloodsport having Shayna Baszler coming in and stomping a mud hole inside of a TNA wrestler like
God
Masa.
Bless. Yeah.
That was a wild time. And then it kept on. Then you saw WID get unveiled to us. And we're like, whoa. Because no one thought that was possible. So I think that if WID wants it, we could see guys and girls from Indiana showing up on WID TV. We could see Evolve featuring people like Teagan Rose on there. Think about that. Now is more than ever possible for talent like you to end up on Evolve and then going right to NXT.
Yeah.
Think about that. And also, AEW. If AEW is smart, I'd be watching for talent that I know is going to be good inside the ring. And I'm pretty sure Tony Khan's like, I want them in my company. I was surprised when they didn't sign Marty Clay because they had him on there. Here's his side segment with Hangman Page. I was like, pretty sure he's going to sign him.
And then it
didn't happen. I was like, oh, man. Because here we are, 2025, and he's still not in AEW. And I'm like, you're not going to sign him? He looks more jacked than half of your guys. He's talented as hell. He can do things that other talent that AEW has cannot do. He's also got the Dead Man's Curry, which is a pretty powerful finish. And you can see him this Saturday at the UCW Converter Super Show, which I'm pretty sure one day we're going to see you be a part of that. because so far we've had Amazing Maria and Hollywood Hey J be part of the convention show. It's Kentucky's big event. I consider it like the WrestleMania of Kentucky.
Yes.
Because Terry England and the guys, they put their heart and soul into it. And it's in Horse Cave, Kentucky this week. Saturday night, March 15th, 2025. Is that some place that you would love to work inside the future?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Have you been a part of UCW before, Ultimate Championship Wrestling?
I have not, no.
Hey, Terry England, if you're watching, this is someone that you should be taking notice of, because we've already saw Vanessa Holiday be a part of TCW, which is a great, great feat, because Vanessa Holiday has done a lot in the past year, and shout out to her for having her, for finding out that she's having a girl. That's going to be a great step inside her life. And if she ever does return to the ring, people should be worried, because I'm pretty sure she could be hungrier than ever.
Oh, I have no doubt. She is already so good as is. And now she's going to be a mom. I have no idea. I have no doubt that not only is she going to be a great mama, but she's going to come back and be a great mama and make her name all across wrestling.
That's right. Plus the daddy, Tyler Lee Deputy. He's taking a step forward in the fatherhood. One day, we might see him back. But for now, he's going to take that next great journey and be a father.
And hey,
that's a good step.
Yeah. That's being a good man is what that is.
Exactly. Plus, I've been watching him since 2022. The man has improved.
Yes.
I saw him first in KPW, then TCW, UCW, Grindhouse Pro Wrestling. The man he's just a great man overall. I think that if he ever comes back, Teagan Rose versus Tyler Lee Deputy could be money.
Oh, I don't know. Could be. You never know.
He is a deputy, though. You don't want to get arrested by him, though, because he does bring his cuffs around.
Yeah.
He's arrested several of his opponents. For no reason, mind you. For no reason. But he does like to remind you that he is a deputy.
That's right.
Ryan Mode said, Tyler has a great story, too. Hey, you're right, Ryan Mode. He does. And he is a deputy. Remember that. But that's the thing about Kentucky wrestling and Indiana wrestling. We see talents like you. We see talents like Alexa Littlefoot, Allie Albright, Larkin Danielle. We see them all. And if WWE and AEW ain't taking notice of y'all, they're doing something wrong. Because they got Billy Starks, who came from Grindhouse. And I'm pretty sure that if she came from Grindhouse, then they should be taking notice of Grindhouse. And that means that any day, you might see a hidden WWE ID scout watching y'all. And that, to me, is the beauty of professional wrestling right now. Because we never thought this was possible back then. Think about it. Here we are, 2024. WID gets unveiled. First thoughts are, I didn't think that was possible.
Right.
But now, Triple H is involved. And guess what? That's why it's possible. Because Triple H is a fan of professional wrestling. He's not like Vince McMahon, who didn't love professional wrestling. Vince McMahon can say they did, but he didn't. Because if he did, he would have been making shit like that possible. Pardon my language. But he would have been showing that he loved professional wrestling by taking notice of independent wrestling. You know why there's been independent wrestling in WWE? Because Triple H took notice of them. He brought them on. NXT was like independent wrestling on a small scale, but with a bigger budget. This is why we're able to see people that WID is having right now. I have no doubt that you're going to be one of those in the future.
I hope so. Because
I've been noticing what you've been doing. At Grindhouse, you impressed me because you came in there to get it done. You came in there with one goal, one ideal, and that was to be Grindhouse Women's Champion on your debut. You wasn't settling for last, you were settling for first. And the only reason why you lost is because Allie Albright may have been just a tad step on her game that day. But she got lucky. Because you almost, this close, had it. Because me and Andy were watching. And we can safely say that you would have been the champion had she not been on her A game.
I say she was on her A game.
Exactly.
I give it to her. She was on her A game.
Exactly. And you know, when we see talents like you come to Grindhouse, that impresses us. Because we didn't think that was going to happen. We had just started talking about having you onto the show, and next thing you know, Grindhouse Pro Wrestling, we're there. And Dixie Douglas announces, I found a replacement to take you on for the title, Teagan Rose. I was like, what? We just set that up, having her onto the show. There she is, Allie Albright versus Teagan Rose for the Grindhouse title.
Yep.
Should have happened to be your title. But on that night, Allie Albright came with one thing in mind. I'm not letting you take my title. I'm going to be a champion still.
Hey, fair enough. I can respect.
Exactly.
Protecting her crown, protecting her gold.
But she's lucky because you could eventually get that title off her. She better be ready. She better keep her A game going because the hungrier the challenger, the more prominent that you could be champion in the future.
That's right.
Exactly. And the people that's watching that don't know you, they're going to know you now. Because you're Teagan Rose. You've held titles before. You held 2 titles on the same night on 2 different states. 2 different promotions as well.
Yeah, it's like I said, if people don't know me, they will.
Exactly.
By the end of 2025, they will.
Exactly.
They'll know exactly who I am.
Exactly, because you're someone that they should be taking notice of right now. Back then, you may not have been where you are now, but now that you're here, they're going to know the name Teagan Rose before the end of it. Like promotions like Reality Wrestling. If I'm Reality Wrestling, I'm Booker T, I'm going to be taking notice of Indiana. I'm going to be taking notice of all these other states for wrestling. And I'm going to be saying, I want them in my company. Because Reality Wrestling, that's the place to go.
Yeah.
Because it's in Texas. And that's close to us, actually. I mean, if Booker T was me, and I saw someone like you, I'd be saying, Teagan Rose, I want you in my company. Because I'm going to want to build the division around you. And I would probably be taking those of girls like Larkin Danielle, Allie Albright, Dixie Douglas, Alexa Littlefoot. All these talents I'd be wanting in my division. Just so I could say, Reality of Wrestling is the place to be. Because you can find people like Teagan. And that's something I think Booker T should definitely be taking notice of right now.
It's like I said, I'll go anywhere, anytime, any place.
Any state, because
I want all of them.
Exactly. And any man or woman, she'll take you on. And that's a great philosophy.
Challengers.
Exactly. And I believe that any champion should be on the lookout for you. Because if I'm a champion and I see someone as hungry as you for the title, I'd probably be watching my back. Because whenever y'all step outside the ring, if you're hungrier than them, the champion just might make that one mistake, one slip up. Because that's all it takes to lose your title. And since you're hungrier than them, I guarantee it, you're going to get the title. You already proved that you could take that title from Allie. If you were to step in the ring with her again, there's a chance that you might take the title from her. Because now you've gotten to know her. You've gotten to see her style. Got to see what she's all about. And you studied the tapes. Because that's what you got to do if you're going for a challenge.
That's right.
You got to study those tapes and make sure that you know how to counter everything she does. If I'm Allie Albright, I'm going to be watching your tapes and try to find out what I can do to try to counter Teagan Rose. Because that was your first time meeting her inside the ring, correct? So, now that she's met you the first time, she's going to need that verification to try and prove that she can take you on. going to have to prove that she can find any way to counter you. And I don't think she can.
I don't know.
I mean, she's good. She beat you, but that's okay. Because there's always that chance that you could beat her and take her title. Mm-hmm. And guys like Ramo take those too, because he said, Matty Ice. Matty Ice. Come on, Ramo. Oh, yeah, Jada Stone. I will give you that. Jada Stone has been OVW, and she has worked reality wrestling. Mm-hmm. That's more proof. If you want to go to reality wrestling, OVW is the place to go to. Because OVW is a great, great company too.
Oh, yes.
A lot of people don't understand because look at Larkin Danielle. Mm-hmm. She's been turning up on OVW. Mm-hmm. And you were on OVW.
I was.
And I think they need to sign you. Because if I'm OVW, I've had you already, my first thoughts are going to be like, I need her back. Because you've already proved that you can go toe-to-toe with someone like J-Rod. Mm-hmm. So, OVW, what's the deal?
Yeah.
Teagan Rose.
I'll be there as long as they let me. As long as they let me be there, I'll be there. I mean, they've already advertised it. I'm going to be there tomorrow.
Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. That means they need to bring you back in for more. Because I guarantee you, this ain't the last that we're seeing of Teagan Rose in OVW.
Oh, it's definitely not.
Especially. And I believe that in the future, we could see you on WWID. Never know.
I like to think I could. I hope so. That's a dream.
Exactly.
It's a goal.
Like, your love of professional wrestling shows. Because you drive to wrestling. Mm-hmm. You sleep. You drive again to wrestling. Mm-hmm. If that don't show them that you want this more than anything, then I don't know what is. What will? That shows that you are ready and willing to become a champion. And you could have won the LBW Women's Championship right then and there. So J-Rod better keep your eyes peeled because you never know. We could see a rematch. J-Rod versus Teagan Rose, and that might end up spelling the end of J-Rod's championship reign.
You never know what's going to happen.
Exactly, because in wrestling, there is never a set in stone motion.
Nope, it's
anything is possible.
Mm-hmm. Anything's possible. It's unpredictable.
Like seeing you at Grindhouse Pro Wrestling, like I didn't even know that you were going to be there. They never advertised it, never said that you were going to be there, and then boom, you were the one taking on Allie Albright, and the fans loved you. Of course, I heard some boos, but yeah, that's okay because
that's okay. Not everyone's cup of tea.
Half of them love Teagan Rose because I saw them. They were saying your name. They loved you. They thought you were going for sure win that title and be now Grindhouse Women's Champion. That's a big accomplishment. Mm-hmm. That tells me that anything is possible for you. Did you, in your wildest dream, imagine that could be possible?
Grindhouse?
Yep.
No. And that's what I'm saying. Like a year ago, if you had asked me if I was going to be at Grindhouse or if I was going to be traveling hardly at all, if I was going to be doing anything, I would have said no. Before my injury, if you had asked me, I would have said no. Because it's just not something I thought would be in the cards for me. I didn't.
Heck yeah.
I didn't think I'd ever hit the level. And I've hit that level, and I've broken glass and went way past it. It is shattered somewhere behind me, and I'm just going up.
And what about Pro Wrestling Alliance? Did you think that you would ever reach that promotion? It's a big accomplishment.
It is.
From what I've heard, they got a long history.
I didn't have my energy drink before I came in.
Hey, that's all right.
No. I mean, it's like I said, if you'd asked me if any of them, if I'd gotten to go to any places a year and a half ago, no way.
Heck
I didn't think I would hit a level that people would notice me and want to bring me to these promotions. I didn't. I very much so always deal with the imposter syndrome effect.
Yeah.
Where even though I get the success, I'm like, that don't seem right.
That makes sense because Because a lot of wrestlers go
I'm like,
through that.
I'm just me. I'm just me. What do I bring? I'm just me.
That reminds me of Jordan Cage, because Jordan Cage he's picture perfect. He's a legend now. Mm-hmm. He's been inside the NWA for so long. But even though he's good, he always criticizes his work like he's not that good. Like he's like, I don't know, Bobby, man. I don't know if I should be on the show or not.
See, I'm very guilty of that. I am so hard on myself. So hard on myself.
And that's understandable.
Unreasonably hard on myself. Just not realistic. But I just am.
And that's understandable because a lot of wrestlers go through that. Mm-hmm. There's some of them that don't even realize how good they are.
Yeah, it's a very real thing. I mean, because you are your own worst critic. That's how it is. In life, in general, especially in wrestling, you are your own worst critic. Because you are going to always have how you want things to happen and how you see things and how you want to perceive things up here. And it's never going to come across how you want it. It's
exactly.
just not. That's the truth.
Exactly.
That's the reality of it. You're going to have a glamorized version of whatever. And no matter what it is, whether it's even close to that or not, it's not going to be enough.
And you also got to remember that mistakes happen in wrestling.
Yeah.
You just got to go with the punches.
Yeah, you got to go with the punches, take them as they come.
That's right. And it helps you to improve. Mm-hmm. Always be willing to take critique because that also helps you improve greatly.
Yes.
Because I've seen some that didn't take the critique and they just kind of never got better because in their head they thought, oh, these guys are stupid for trying to tell me how to do this, do that, this way. And then they never got far. But when you do take the critique and you understand that it's helping you, your star rises. And then you grow. Because that's what you've done. You've improved.
Yeah, and even if you get the critiques, if you don't like them, that's motivation. That should be motivation to make you be like, all right, I'm going to go and do it and I'm going to fix it.
Exactly.
Next time they can't say nothing.
Exactly. Because when you improve and that motivation hits, it takes you places you never thought possible.
Yeah, you get that motivation, you prove them wrong, and that's affirming.
And that's how you got noticed. Because you didn't let the fact that you started out the business not where you are now get you down. You kept on. When you suffered that injury, you thought that you would never be wrestling again. And yet, here you are, 2025. You didn't let that set you back. You didn't let that stop you. You said, fuck that. I'm going to make my name bigger, badder, and made to the world. Mm-hmm. And it's getting you far. Because now you've been at Grindhouse Pro Wrestling and PWA.
Yes.
And there's no telling what future promotions you could end up at.
Yeah, you never know.
Like John Bullock. You know Teagan Rose. If I was you, I'd be looking to bring her in to my company because John Bullard, that man is historic. Mm-hmm. He's made every promotion that he's owned work. He's called in several times to our show, in fact, and he's a real spoken man. Mm-hmm. Used to wrestle here in Kentucky as well, by a different gimmick.
Okay.
Johnny Rock. But the man already proved that he's a great promoter. Mm-hmm. Like if I was him, you'd be one of the women that I'd want to bring into my company. Just like how he saw Mark Lane, it's like, I want that man in my company. Mm-hmm. So we might never know. We could see Teagan Rose show up in California for his company.
Never know.
And that's what I'm all about, is seeing our wrestlers, our talents from Kentucky and Indiana going places.
Yes. Because
you deserve to have your name out there. You went through so much adversity and thought that you were never going to make it. And now look at you, 2025. You've already made it to Grindhouse Pro Wrestling. You've wrestled at OVW, PWA.
Yep.
And there's no telling how many other more promotions you're going to make it to. Because it's only 2025. Think about this, 2026, 2027. We could be seeing you in places that we never thought possible.
Yeah. And I'm just a baby. I'm only 22 years old.
Exactly.
I got all the time in the world.
Damn, Skippy. Because you are young, you're hungry, and there's no telling how many champions should be scared. Because you're young, you're hungry. You might never know. You might become a champion on your first night versus them.
You never know.
Exactly. Just like how Allie Albright got lucky. She should understand you're hungry. If she was on a bad night that night, you would have been Teagan Rose debuting Grindhouse Pro Wrestling. Now, you're new Grindhouse Women's Champion. Big accomplishment. I'm just saying. Allie's lucky that she was on her A game. Because you came in there hungry. You came in there with one intention on your mind, to be champion. Did you think that was possible? To have your first match for Grindhouse be for a women's championship?
Yes and no. Yes, because it's obviously something I wanted, but no, because, like I said, that imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
So you're like, there's no way. No, it's not going to happen. No. And then it does. And you're like, oh, okay. All right. We're here.
That's right. Because them bring you in for that debut match. That shows that they see your potential. And that's great. Because that means that they could bring you in for any title match and that you'll knock it out of the park every time. Because even though you have imposter syndrome, that's not stopped you. Because even though you don't see that you're improved or did anything good, you're doing things good.
Thank you.
Because that's one reason why I noticed you. Because I saw your name. Teagan Rose is already a good name for professional wrestling. You got the look. You got the star potential. And you've already held gold before. And with what you went through, you made it so that has not stopped you once. That's made it more motivational for you to go places. You went years not wrestling because they told you that they don't think that you could. And then when you got into the ring, first thing that you thought, I love this.
The world told me I couldn't, so I did.
That's right. And that's a big accomplishment. You should be proud of yourself because you didn't let the world stop you. You didn't let the world hold you back. You got into that ring and you did exactly what you wanted to do. And ever since you came back from that injury, you've just gotten better and better and better. And I think that a lot of promotions that have been booking you have taken notice of that. Because there's a reason why they're bringing you in.
Yes.
Because they see that potential. They see that star power. I think that you got it.
I hope I'm delivering.
Like J-Mo said, Teagan Rose is the one to be looking out for. And I believe him. Because as soon as I saw your name, because I saw you since 2024 or 2023, I've been seeing your name. I was like, Teagan Rose. That's someone that I want to get onto the show. And that was the first thing I thought as soon as 2025 hit. I said, now's the time to bring her on. And then when J-Mo came on, he said, that Teagan Rose is someone that you should be taking notice of. I was like, yep, that's the one. And you were the first one I thought of when he said, I could get you someone in. And I was like, Teagan Rose. As soon as he mentioned her name, I was like, that's the one I want to get in. And seeing you now, I gotta say, you are star power. And I think that if any promotion out there wants someone talented, you're the one to go to.
Thank you.
Because I think that you've improved a lot, greatly. And since you've already fought Fred Slayer, I think that's going to be a good match. I think that all the women that you've not fought yet will be a great match. And all the men that you've not fought yet will be a great match. I'd like to see Teagan Rose versus Marty Clay one day. Because think about that, different styles. You know what they say, different styles clash well. And that'd be money.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people will be in agreement. You versus anybody is money. So tell us, what's your future goals besides what you've been doing?
My future goals is probably to be everywhere. Future goals to be everywhere. My future goal is to be in WWE.
Ooh,
That is the goal.
that's a nice goal.
Say it's a nice goal. It's a long goal, long ways to go,
Yep.
but it is a goal.
Plus the fact that WID is just around the corner as well makes it almost not that long because you never know who might be watching.
Yeah, shortens it just a little bit.
Exactly. Plus you never know if William Regal might be popping up anywhere because William Regal does do the scouting.
Yeah, you never know.
Exactly. And that's a good goal to have because that motivates you to keep on pushing. Because when you have a motivator like want to be at WWE, you're able to motivate yourself into becoming better, becoming improved,
Yes.
more talented, better on the mic, everything else. And it won't let you stop because you already got that goal inside to your head. You want to be a WWE superstar.
Yes, I do.
And I think that's a good goal to have. And the people that's watching, they can see and they know Tegan Rose can make it. Even Riot Mode here knows Tegan Rose can make it. Hey, you're right, Riot Mode. He mentioned Derek Winters. That's another good one.
Yeah, it's my brother.
Heck yeah.
It's a whole family affair.
That's right. And you know what? Having him in as well, that'd be a good one. Because OVW has great talents as well. You were brought in, and I guarantee that we could see Tegan Rose appearing more often. Because that means Al Snow and Doug Basham have taken notice of Tegan Rose. Think about that.
Yeah.
Because they took notice of Larkin Danielle. She showed up, and they're like, I want her on my television. Put her out there. Put her out there.
Yep,
well, guess what?
Showed out.
That's right. And we've seen the therapist, and we've seen Larkin herself. I'm just saying, be on the lookout for the therapist because she sees you looking at Larkin. She'll try to kidnap you. I believe that she's the one putting you inside the trunks. And Larkin's just an innocent bystander. Man. But that's the great thing about this year. You've already made your name since 2023 and 2022. That means that we could see more of you in OVW, Grindhouse. We could probably see you go to reality wrestling if Booker T takes notice of you. We got you in PWA. We got you in a lot of places. Have you wrestled in Tennessee?
I have not wrestled in Tennessee yet.
That should be a goal too, because I believe that Tennessee
that is a goal. I used to live in Tennessee. I lived there for a couple of years, so it's a goal of mine to get down there. But
nice.
It's just a matter of when. You know, I've got Ohio that I'm marking off my list. In
Nice.
April 5th, I'm making my debut with Northern Wrestling Federation.
Good company.
They're
Roger
all women's show. I am making my debut next week in Illinois at
Nice.
Destination 6.
Another great company.
First ever women's tag team match. So another history-making moment.
Hell yeah.
I have in... Do I have one in May? I might have one in May. I can't remember off the top of my head. I know I have April for sure. I've got... what is it? Pro Wrestling King. That's another one that I think I have in talks with that I'm supposed to be going to as well.
Good
But
company.
like I said, I've got it stacked.
Heck yeah.
Stacked.
Have you wrestled in Florida yet?
I have not. I'm in the process of trying to get booked down there in Florida. Eric Draven, one of my trainers, he's trying to help me get a booking down there. So
Hell yeah,
hopefully
because
that's another one we can cross off.
I think that's a possibility that we'll see you in these different states this year. And if not just this year, definitely 2026.
Yes.
Because that's a goal. That's a good one, too. You've already wrestled in Indiana, Kentucky. Now you're going to be wrestling Ohio, Illinois, so many places that you can count off right now.
Iowa.
Yes.
Number 5.
And what about, can we see you in Texas?
I think that, never know.
Because not only is Booker T's company there, but there's many promotions there too. Big John Gilbert, shout out to him. He's also worked for one. And he's doing a damn good job. He came from Kentucky, and now he's the biggest star in Texas.
Yeah. And Texas is big.
Yep. And he also got Young Rock canceled. You know how?
No.
They saw his butt on there, and they're like, yep, we're done.
Oh.
Man. But it made him a big star. Because Texas was like, we want that butt in our state. And now he's working the big man style over there. Ian Mosley, shout out to you, brother. Because that guy's a Texas manager. And he takes notice of the talent, too, that's here. Like, he wants to work here in Kentucky and work with several people that he's been taking notice of over here. That's another go. Texas has a bunch of promotions that you go to. California does too. New York. All these states. I guarantee that we can see Teagan Rose at any of these places. Is that something that you dreamed of?
Oh yeah. That's part of the dream, is hitting all the states. That's part of it. I want to hit as many states as I can.
Have you ever thought about also working the British style over in Europe? Because there are several promotions up there too.
I want to go international. I want to work in Europe. I want to go wrestle. I want to go wrestle in Europe, wrestle in Japan, wrestle everywhere.
That's a big goal and a good goal to have. That right there is going to keep you motivated to go farther than what you've ever been. I think that you got the best goal to have because you're hungry, you're young, you got all the time inside the world, and when you finally do make it, when it's all said and done, you're going to say, I had no regrets.
Nope.
Because they told you couldn't wrestle, and you did.
Told me I couldn't, so I did.
Exactly. And they told you that you probably shouldn't because of what happened. But when you did, you showed that you will not leave regrets behind. Because wrestling was one of those things that you wanted. And you wanted more than anything. And here it is, 2025, and you proved that you still got all the time in the world to make every dream that you have, every goal that you have possible.
That's right.
And you know, seeing all the fans here shows that you're awesome. She has the eye on her now. Also, Doug Basham, hey, you're right. Jarrett Rye Mode.
What was it now?
He said, she has the eye on her now. Al Snow and Doug Basham. Let her daggy Doug to you, Rye Mode. You know how wow he is. He also said, stay off the trauma train, a.k.a. Larkin's trauma. Because once you're on it, you got therapists to deal with as well. That's 2 Larkins to deal with because, man, she's never alone. And you never know what Larkin Danielle could do. Because I'm telling you right now, if she sets her mind to trying to kidnap you, it's done deal. She's going to find a truck.
You never know what's going through her brain.
Exactly.
You never know. She's unpredictable.
Who in the Grindhouse women's division would you say you want to wrestle besides Allie Albright?
Let's see. So we have, I have to think. So we have Allie and Dixie and Larkin and Thunder Kitty. I think she's down there, right?
Yep.
I mean, it would probably be Larkin.
Heck yeah.
She's a whole bag of puzzle pieces that ain't quite put together. But that's what makes it exciting.
That's
You
right.
never know what you're going to get. You never know which cookie you're going to pull out of the jar.
Exactly. Also, I think you and Thunder Kitty could have a great match.
Oh, yes. Me and Thunder Kitty have worked a couple times.
Heck yeah.
We've wrestled a couple times. Yeah.
That'd be a good match to see in Grindhouse or on OVW television. I'm surprised OVW ain't been like, Thunder Kitty, we like you, we need you, go out there and wrestle for us.
You'd think they'd want her with all the experience.
I know, right?
98-year-old wrestler extraordinaire.
Exactly. She's wrestled for 100 years. And she's...
Oh, well, then my number's wrong. It's okay, I'm not good at math.
Hey, that's all right. But she's going to continue wrestling. So why not bring her into OVW?
Why not?
Why not make it Teagan Rose versus Thunder Kitty for the first match? Mm-hmm. That would be a hell of a money-making match because the fans would get to see Thunder Kitty and Teagan Rose teared up.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, Thunder Kitty's experience, she'll bring it. Mm-hmm. OVW's all about experience, right?
Yep.
So, put her inside there with Teagan Rose, you got a 33.5 third chance. Shout out to Scott Steiner. Because that promo actually, I mean, he said, Harvard professor said the numbers matched up. So he's smarter than all of us. Damn. But that would be a great match to see. You, Thunder Kitty, or you versus any woman in the OVW roster. Mm-hmm. We always saw you versus J-Rod. That was a good match. Mm-hmm. Now we need to see you against OVW's top. Because I'm telling you, that's one of the biggest accomplishments that we're waiting to see. Teagan Rose versus any of those women. Mm-hmm. And I believe that OVW could sign you at any time.
I hope.
You know, seeing all the fans here really shows that you've gotten your name out there. Because it's not just Ride Mode here. If she needs a manager, this man's trying to break his expertise to be your manager. He's trying to be a manager here.
You know what? That's okay. I've got my court. I've got my people.
That's right. He said he'll be like Paul Heyman. So does that mean that he'll be
some shoes?
Does that mean that he'll be holding your title and being like, my champion?
Yeah, he can just hold my crown. He can just hold
That's right. I mean,
or he can hold my flowers.
That's true. She does come with flowers.
I do. I'll bring the flowers.
That's right, the roses. You don't want to get pricked by them.
I'm trying to make the world prettier than it was before I came in.
That's right. And you know, I think anyone would be lucky to manage you. But I think that you don't need a manager. Because you already can talk. You already can wrestle. You're getting your name out there even without a manager. And even if you did have a manager, I think that you could make yourself a bigger star than them. The manager be there, but they're just there not to get you further, but to help you along the way. Because you've already got yourself through that door. You've already got yourself a step farther. And any manager that does manage you has a long task ahead of them because it's not them getting you far. It's you helping them far. Mm-hmm. And that's a big shoes to fill.
Yeah.
And Rymode said, flower holder. Hey, he said, consider him your flower holder. Hey, that's a good thing. Rymode, you can come out there, hold her flowers. But remember, she's already a star. You're just a guy holding her flowers.
Yeah, you just got to toss my petals for me.
That's right.
Toss my rose petals.
That's right.
That's it.
And the fans love Teagan Rose. All the ones that were booing, I think they wasn't booing you. I think they were booing Allie Albright. They were just getting confused. They just wasn't saying the name. They were saying boo, but was it for Allie or was it for Teagan? Because I don't remember anyone saying boo Teagan.
Hey, and you know what? Some people, they just like to oppose authority.
That's
okay.
right.
That's how they are. I'm stubborn.
They also like They also oppose greatness.
Well,
you think about that?
Well,
I mean, think about it. You're inside the ring and they're not. You're already a step ahead of the curve.
Yeah, we're being nice. We're being nice here.
That's right. But that's the great thing about professional wrestling. You never know who's going to step through the doors.
Nope.
You never know who will be a manager. You never know who's going to be coming in there to challenge the champion. Mm-hmm. The referees also do a great job.
Yes.
Shout out to the Grindhouse Pro Wrestling referees like Daniel Spencer. Dallas Edwards, because Dallas Edwards is a scum dog with even higher. We've had Even Higher in here several times too, which we gotta get him back in for, because the man, the myth, the legend himself, he's 7 foot tall. Do you know that?
Who?
Even Higher.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
a 7 foot giant.
Oh, yeah.
300 pounds.
Yeah.
I'm still surprised Joe Mack was able to chokeslam him.
Yeah.
That was impossible to me.
He was so tall I couldn't even make eye contact with him.
Exactly. And if he ever fights Omos in a steel cage match, I guarantee it. Chokeslam off the top cage to Omos.
Oh, yeah?
It's going to happen. Because Even Higher is larger than life.
Yeah.
And
that's hard to beat.
That's right. Him and Gaston had a hell of a match at EWA last year.
I heard.
That was a hell of a match. 30 minutes. It felt like it was 60 minutes. And it was a hell of a fiasco. I'm still saying that I'd like to see you in EWA, Elite Wrestling Alliance.
Hopefully stars align and I can get down there.
That's right, because there's a lot of women that's working there that would be great against you. And I think that if I was EWA and I was watching Independence, my first thought is Teagan Rose, I want her against either Ari Alexander or against any woman that I have working my company.
Yeah.
Like Lexi Green. Have you fought her yet?
No.
Oh,
I have not.
That'd be a money match right there.
I grew up watching her too. So that's even more lore to it.
And guess what? She's doing the Green family name proud, because that's a woman that has been on Independence for a long time, and she's keeping the name alive for everybody that didn't know the Green family when they were wrestling. Yep. Lexi Green is the woman that is bringing it to the forefront.
I remember being 10, 11 years old and watching her and Haley Shadows.
Nice. I actually watched that match with Lexi Green.
Yeah.
When she was on the show.
Yeah.
That's a little bit of lore right there. Teagan Rose was in that match, watching Lexi Green versus Haley Shadows.
Yeah, I was watching from the seats.
Yep.
I was there.
And that'd be a full circle moment. You and her across from each other inside the ring.
Yeah.
So, Lexi Green, if you're watching, just remember, if you're standing across from Teagan Rose, she knows you from the past. She already knows what you're all about. But I don't think that you're ready to see what Lexi Green has become now. She's not the woman of old.
Oh, no, she's not.
She's a voodoo mistress now. Ooh. She's got the voodoo doll, and trust me, you don't want to get caught inside that, because I don't know how she does, but she gets your hair and she puts on the voodoo doll. She can make you hurt yourself or throw yourself out of the ring. She did it to Larkin Danielle at the Rumble.
Voodoo. I never mess with no voodoo.
Oh, I think there'll be a first if you take on Lexi.
Would definitely be a first.
I think that would be a great match, and I want to see it.
Yeah.
Ramo said, making me feel old, you was watching Lexi Green versus Haley Shadows.
Yeah.
Yes, referee Charlene McKenzie is a great referee.
I love Charlene.
Definitely got to get Daniel Spencer on here. We've already had Jonathan Barnes, Jake Cloyd, OVW referee. Shout out to him. We've had now referee Dustin James. He deals with epilepsy. And he came on to talk about that. That's a good cause and a good goal as well. Daniel Spencer's a good name. And I'm glad that we were able to get you on. Because you never know. Teagan Rose just might end up permanently on WWE, AEW, or a big name for OVW to continue having. Or Booker T sees you and be like, I want you to join me. Because I see what you're all about. Ah, shucky, shucky, ducky, ducky, quack, quack.
Shucky, ducky, quack, quack.
But that's a possibility, too. Now in 2025, that's an even bigger possibility. A year ago, we didn't even think that was possible.
Yeah.
But now, look at it. You've come back. You've made a name for yourself. You've gotten bigger. You've gotten badder. You've gotten star power potential. And you almost were Grindhouse champion.
Almost.
So, give it about 2 or 3 years, we might just see Teagan Rose in WWE. You never know.
Never know.
Plus, I think that's a good goal to have. Yes. It motivates you. And I'm glad that you came back to wrestling. Because if you had stopped at that injury, the world would have never seen just how talented you were. And now that you're here, and now that you're doing things, I think that it's a very possibility in the near future. We could see you in AEW. Because if I was AEW, I'd be bringing you in. If I was WWE, I'd be bringing you in. If I was WID and I was one of the coaches right now, I'd be like, now I see why the people were talking about Teagan Rose. I want her on our promotion, then take her to Evolve, and then Shawn Michaels comes calling, then you're on WWE NXT. That's a goal to have as well.
Yes.
Because that's not a downgrade.
No.
That helps you out on learning WWE's way of working the ring, because their rings are different.
Yeah.
As we found out, the ropes can be just a little bit looser than what they are inside the independents.
Yep.
But when you're on NXT, it gets you ready for the style of WWE ring. And I think you could end up there soon.
Thank you.
That's a goal to have. And can you believe that we've actually been here 2 hours?
2 hours.
Yep.
Wow.
And Ride Mode said, need Haley Shadows versus Teagan Rose. Oh, OG Supreme Women's Champion.
She's the one I beat for the Women's Championship.
Yes, we need a rematch.
Oh, yes.
Sounds like that's a feature match to have. Woo. We've already got a bunch of matches ahead, don't we?
Yeah, there's a whole list.
That's right. I think that anyone that's watching, if you want it, make it happen. Freya Slayer versus Teagan Rose. That's a match to have. Teagan Rose versus Larkin Danielle. That's a match to have. J-Rod rematch. That's a match to have. Haley Shadows rematch. That's a match to have. The sky's the limit. And Teagan Rose, I'd like to thank you for coming on. It's been a pleasure having you. And at this time, we let the guests usually give their goodbyes first.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for having me.
And shout out the promotions that you are working and everything else, and also your social media.
So I am working for Supreme Wrestling in Madison, Indiana, New Era Wrestling in Shelbyville, OVW at the Davis Arena in Louisville, Kentucky, Grindhouse Pro Wrestling in Jeffersonville, PWA in Carrollton. I'm making my debut at Destination 6.
Nice.
Next week at Northern Wrestling Federation in April.
Roger Ruffin.
All these places you can see me. You can follow me on social media. Teagan Rose 0 on everything.
Heck yeah. And folks, I just want to say thank you for tuning in tonight. I know that's an early start time, but sometimes you got to do something special when you want to get talent in that you've taken notes of that's getting their name out there. And I just had to make it 2 p.m. for today. Because Teagan Rose is a star. Eventually, she's going to be bigger than all of us. Yes, you wait. And tomorrow night, we'll be back again, but this time at 8 p.m. Eastern with Charles Neil Pearson from PWA Pro Wrestling Alliance. He's going to be spilling the history of PWA for all of you that don't yet know about Charleston, Kentucky. So please tune in tomorrow. And with that, the podcast god Superfly John Leach just got one thing to say. If you're not having fun, you ain't getting none. Damn Skippy. Yeet yeet.
Nice Guy Andy Podcast. Skullface